Welcome back to Council City News. I'm Scar Tennant with your news. In a sudden turn of events, the city of New Solace is now under a snap lockdown after the appearance of the mystery virus TPM. Authorities are assuring the public that they are working to reduce the spread of the virus, which seems to infect anybody that it comes into contact with. And, according to epidemiologists, even primordials are affected by this disease. There are chaotic scenes in the Oasis Medical Facility with many in intensive care. It is unclear where this sudden malady has come from, but officials are scrambling to find the source, with scientists working hard to understand how exactly it works. One of our investigative reporters, Chuck Ebal, interviewed two of the council members, Senator Nigel Farage and Rear Admiral Graf Falkenstein, in regards to the recent outbreak and the state of the council military. Let's go to that recording now. Roll clip.
I have Senator Farage and Rear Admiral Falkenstein here with me today in a room just off Council Plaza in the Citadel. How are you today, gentlemen?
I am real fine, thank you.
I'm fine, Chuck. Thank you for the question.
I'm very glad to hear that. Jumping straight into the questions, I'm curious what the state of the outbreak in New Solace is. Senator, that'll be a question for you.
So recently I just got updated with some news, and I would like to say that actually no one need to panic. We have everything under control. So and if people got infected, we're having some new programs. So we will send them to some special quarantine place, and there will be everything fine.
Well, thank you. That's good news. And so, Rear Admiral, what has the council done or plan to do about this pandemic beyond what the senator just told us?
We put some parts under lockdown and checked who is affected. This happened a couple of days ago, but as far as I know, it's happening right now again. And by that, we were able to specify the medical actions we need to do and remove the lockdown after a short time, as we noticed that the spread is not that far as we expected, which is a good one. Furthermore, we got a problem with different branches and authorities in finding of the cure. So we solved this problem by founding a new and independent sector. It's called the Health Organization of the Realm, or HOR for short. We already gathered some eager researchers from many different institutions, such as the Garden Dome Laboratories, for example, and we made huge progress in solving the origin of the virus already.
I'm glad to hear that. Well, thank you. We are grateful for your attentiveness to this pressing issue. Now, turning again to you, Rear Admiral, tell me a bit about yourself, history, achievements, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, well, Chuck, as I was a kid, I always wanted to be in one of those big ships I saw fly every day past my home. And as I got older, I started my career into the Armada Academy. I finished regularly and got directly a command over a small ship. With that, I did some patrol, nothing important stuff. More important, and one of my personal favorites, was later on. I was already at the rank of a commander and was on patrol again. It was very widespread order to these times, as I was ambushed by 2 destroyers and a battleship. Pretty bad situation, you can say. I don't want to tell too much about the tactics, it would get too deep into the matter, but at the end of the day, the destroyers were gone to wrecks and the battleship had to retreat. After that, I took command over the Carrier Strike Group 1 as an executive officer, so the second in command, you can say. With that position, I participated in the Battle of Corridor 235. Long story short, by sending my ships deep into the enemy formation, I broke the lines and caused chaos amongst them, which forced them to retreat. And now, and after that battle, I am the commanding officer of the Carrier Strike Group 1, and together with Admiral Big G, I went on to many skirmishes all around the realm, gave air superiority, ground support, infantry support with my Marines, and very recently the retaking of Solar City. I also participated with my strike group. And just yesterday, I was forced to attack one of our own ships because they had double-crossed ourselves and attacked the citadel.
Oh no.
But I managed to fight them back so we could prevent any more damage on this day.
Spectacular. Well met, sir, and thank you for your service. Is it appropriate for me to salute?
Sadly, no. Only from soldier to soldier it is allowed, but I thank you for your kindness.
Oh, all right, that works. Mr. Senator, moving on to you. Tell me a bit about yourself now. How long have you been a senator? Who do you represent? Any notable committees you were on? Things like that.
So I'm in the politics since like 5 or 6 years ago. It began like local. I just supported many kind of people who got oppressed by other people who tried to dominate them and doing just like bad stuff like slavery and those stuff. But I supported them and I began to grow with those stuff like being attacked by the stronger ones. And this is one of the reasons why I began to, in these sections, because I don't want this anymore. And I began to see like many other ideologies which like got my interests, and I want to represent them. Sadly, I just didn't got voted as a foreign ministry for the foreign ministry post, but it's like it's happening. I'm trying to look forward and find different ways to still represent this beautiful realm. And yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your service. Well, gentlemen, if you have anything else to say to the viewers, I believe that is all for today.
I have nothing to say. It's like, thank you, Chuck, for this invitation, and I hope that we could answer your questions appropriately and that the citizens of the realm are now a bit safer.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much, gentlemen, for agreeing to meet with me. Senator, do you have any further words to share?
Yeah, of course. I want to thank Rear Admiral Falkenstein to join this interview. I asked him to do this because I want that many people see how well you can start your career at the military if you look up like a person like him. And I really hope that those people are following his story, because if you could see, he did so many stuff for our realm. And I hope that this guy will continue shine and will continue motivate younger people to join the military.
Yes,
sure,
indeed.
To kind, Senator.
Rear Admiral Falkenstein's rise to the rank that he is now is truly inspirational for any person that's looking to join the council military. That is true. Thank you, gentlemen, for both coming to this interview, and we'll see you guys later. Back to you, Scar.
That was a recording taken earlier this week at the Citadel. In other news, the rogue champion Dragon King has defected from the rogues briefly and then rejoined the rogues. It appears that a breakdown in rogue leadership had occurred following the death of the champion of Forge, William, who then came back to life without much explanation. And thus, news of the realm is as confusing as ever. Going to something a little bit more constant, we have Larry with the weather.
Hey, Sky, I am right now at the Scarborough's Peaks. No relation to you, I assume.
Nope, no relation.
Right. Anyway, there is ash in the sky, as usual, so I can't tell if it's sunny. And it doesn't ever rain here, so there's a 0% chance of rain at the Scarborough's Peaks, like usual. And I'm standing next to a freaking volcano. So I don't really know what you expect me to say about the temperature. Why do you keep sending me out here, Scott? Huh? This place is miserable, and it never changes. Really, I want to go to someplace interesting, like Aurora's tea.
Larry seems to have unexpectedly lost connection. Jumping back into politics directly, while wishing Larry well on his safe return to the studio. The council elections have just been concluded after a fierce campaign, with the new appointments being a sign for better times ahead. But one vocal candidate is expressing his disappointment with the results and vowing to demand a recount of the votes. Coming up later, a man speaks out after he was arrested for selling bull's urine, a witch and her cat reunite after a spell mishap, and the council information seeker's sword attempts to lick people against their will. This has been CCN News, and I am Scar Tennant. Thank you, and have a good evening.